Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So today I've had a chance to have a bit of a mess around with the Far Cry 5 arcade editor, and I have to say, from a perspective of someone who really likes to build things and have a mess around with various different objects and just create these really cool scenery pieces, it really has a lot to offer. There's so many objects, there's so many things, and it's only really limited by your level of creativity. So I've just built this quick little scene up, and I'm going to decide, well, I've just decided to kind of show you around it and kind of give you my thought process. So this particular game mode is going to be a journey one. The player is going to start in this wrecked bus over here. It's going to be a little bit darker within the actual game reality, but I've had to brighten things up so you can see it in the video. So you've got your crashed or you killed comrades in the actual bus itself, as well as the kidnapper who's driving you into this situation, and you've got the guard on the outside here. So this will be your first weapon you actually pick up. You'll grab your baseball bat, and then you'll realize that just a little bit further ahead of you there is some insane sort of scavenger type cultists who've been ravaging the city, and I just thought we'd build up this little bit of a story. So what I really like about this is when you start building these sets, you realize just things look out of place and you need to start adding. Like for instance, first of all, I just built this flat floor in, and then I realized, hang on, it's a ruined city, that's going to need overgrown parts. So then I added the foliage in, and then I thought, hang on, well, it's a ruined city, there's going to be rubbish and trash left over. Then I started adding the bins in, the other bits of detail. Don't worry, these guys won't attack me. And I just kind of think, well, if it's been this long, then people are going to start to take these cars apart, use, so there's bits of cars that someone's been stacking up, taking the tires off, various different bits, and you just have this really cool sort of game creator sort of concept in your head of where you start going through different areas, and then you start to see different things. So you look at, like that at the moment, this is my biggest frustration, that corner there, it looks like this road that goes across here just ends abruptly at that bridge. So I'm trying to think of a solution, so if you've got one for that. And like that bridge, I've just built some houses behind it just to kind of really give it a feeling that there is a city around you and it's not just this virtual game world. So you can see we've got the bad guys actually patrolling up at the end here. There's a light machine gun that I've yet to get working, and then I'm going to be moving shortly on to building the next area. So if you find this quite interesting as I'm talking you through this and showing you some of the different areas, then I'll do a bit more of an elaboration when I continue building. So this is going to lead onto an alleyway, and then the alleyway will lead back into the tunnel. So it'll be a journey through the tunnel where the AI will slowly get a little bit more challenging and more difficult as you go through the area itself. But it's really just to give you that post-apocalyptic sort of vibe out of the actual scene itself. So if we actually go back into the editor, we can actually have a look exactly how things work in the Farcry editor. Now, most of these are just simple objects. So if I grab myself the object tool up at the top, I can grab them, I can rotate them, I can do whatever I want with each of these objects. You can see I've placed each individual one in the actual scene itself. Obviously, we've got effects going on here, like this misty smoke that's coming out of the tunnel. We can add the weapons in for characters to pick up. And it's all really simple. It gives you that kind of insight into what it's like to build a game, build a level without all the complex coding and stuff that goes into game design. So you can see we've added some birds in here, and these kind of just add a bit of a feeling of livingness in the environment apart from these AI as well. We've got the corpse who's been playing his guitar. There's one of them crows pecking at him up there. And you can see, as I was talking about before, from this perspective you can see how the world kind of comes apart. And if you've ever played Half-Life and stuff, and you've ever looked outside the map, you get a very similar sort of feeling where everything's built from the player at this level. If I'm at this size, it feels real, where if I get a little bit out of perspective, then you can see the fakeries, the corners that have been cut to build different things. That I think it's really fun, and it's really nice to develop a level through. So the next part going on here is going to be my little alleyway, and that's going to loop back around to the next part of the tunnel situation. So it'll cross a street, go through that, loop back into the next section of the interstate, and it should be just a really cool overall map. If you want me to update you on this, I just thought I'd quickly show you this, show you what I've been working on. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll probably provide you with a link as well once this little map is finished. If you found this interesting, leave a like, and I will see you guys next time.